Thank you for joining us today at Miniature Wargaming Labs, where today we'll be doing an unboxing of the new Indomitus box set from Games Workshop. Now this box set is not a starter set, it's more of the inaugural launch set for Games Workshop's Warhammer 40k 9th edition. Now you might say, what's the difference? What I noticed about this set is there's not your complimentary dice, rulers, tokens, it's just models and books. So I actually don't mind because I have plenty of dice, rulers, but you could always use more models and books. So let's go through and talk about the various models that you have here. Now, bottom line up front at $200, this is actually a really good buy. You get some really good new sculpts of Space Marines and some new sculpts of Necrons. I really don't play Necrons, but I had some models around, so this will actually round out a full battle army of Necrons for me. So let's start talking about the models, and my favorite model, the new Primaris Captain. And this is the one that gets a lot of attention because he carries his dead buddy on his shield as like a little memento, a token of reminder there. Now what I liked about it is you actually have three options for his head that comes on the sprue. We decided as a team that the coolest option was the one with the visor, but the other two head options are pretty cool, and I'll probably kit bash those onto some other Primaris armies that I have. But you can see that over time, as the Primaris sculpts have been around, they've gotten more flair on their uniforms to show how important and the rank as they go on through the wars there. Now accompanying the captain is the lieutenant, and let's try to show the new sculpt of the chaplain. So these are other command choices you have here. As you can see, he's got a special pistol that's new to the Primaris, and this chaplain actually carries a Crozius instead of the pimp cane or swagger stick of the previous sculpt. So I'm liking this new chaplain model. The Primaris lieutenant, you can never have too many Primaris lieutenants. As you can see by, I think I have 9 of them now. But I like the knightly feel that this one carries. Now, some of the elite options for the Space Marines that come in this box is the new Primaris Ancient, carrying the battle standard. Once again, a former comrade decided to stick up on the pole. And a new type of figure here, the opposite of the chaplain. See, this guy has a little muffler around his mouth, not to keep warm, but to prevent him from talking. So he just carries a big sword, doesn't say a lot, he can alter time, and he just goes around chopping stuff. So you can see we've got more of that medieval theming going on with these new models. Now something that's new came out in the fast attack range, and I know that a lot of people have been talking about this, is the Primaris on bikes. And so these are massive, much bigger than I thought they were going to be, even though I saw the pictures. But you can see they've got the bolters up front. He's carrying his little bolt pistol, and he's got a little sword on there too, just giving you a new fast attack option. I think we're going to see this as time progresses of where the older, more traditional tactical marine options are going to spread into the Primaris. So now they've got bikes. I'm waiting for the Primaris Landspeeder to come out. So something I was really excited about is a new troop option. Now, when you look at the pictures of these, the markings on their uniforms show that they're a fast attack. No, this is actually a troop option. So where your standard intercessor will carry the long bolt rifle, these intercessors will carry the chainsword and the bolt pistol, giving you a troop option that also has a close combat capability. Now something that people were really excited about on the heavy option was the Eradicator squad. So you're going to get 3 of these models, and they're going to carry multi-meltas, and they get double attacks if they shoot at the same thing. Now that's important to tournament players and everything. I really don't care. I rarely win. I just enjoy throwing dice at people. But they're in their Gravis Mark, I don't know, 10, Mark X armor, whatever, the big bulky armor, and pretty good. I'm sure they'll come out with more production kits giving us different options and looks to do with these guys. But my favorite squad out of here is a new elite option. And like the Primaris and the Captain that play into the old medieval knightly themes with shields, and we know that this squad is going to get different weapon options once they actually get to the production kit. But this is a good start, and I would have probably built them this way anyway. But these are the Blade Guard veterans. So just as the Tactical Marines who became elites and joined the first company were Stern Guard or Vanguard, these are Blade Guard. Now, the idea in this box set is that they're the captain's personal bodyguard, so you get that sense of knights of old getting together and, you know, dishing out some imperial justice there. But I just love the way they look. They'll play well in my Ultramarines chapter, and they'll play well in my Black Templars force. Now let's talk about the Necrons. I'm not a huge Necron player, but I do like some of these sculpts. Now let's talk about the leadership here. We've got the Overlord, the Plasmancer, and the Royal Warden. So I didn't have these models. I now have them to build my Necron army. But as you can see, a lot of flair to show that they're the nobility, that they're in charge, that they like to point at things of where they want their troops to go. Very well done, and shouldn't be too hard to paint. Now, let's talk about some of my favorite models out of this set, which I hope make their way into Kill Team. The Skorpek Overlord. I like the three-legged models that they're coming out with here. You can see that he's got a wicked blade and a wicked gun, and this little claw arm. Very nice. Now for his body, he's got a little tiny head, but we can work with that. But that goes with, what are some of the other models? And my favorite Necron models out of this set are the Destroyers. They just look mean, and the dynamic sculpts they have on them, so you can see that they're just chucking blades around. And so I hope they make Kill Team rules for these guys. I travel a lot, and when I travel is normally when I get to play. And so I put my models in carry-on. That's why I play Custodes. I hope that I can build a 100-point Kill Team list out of these three little guys, and I can pack them next to my Custodes so I can have some options when I go playing across the country. Now, we also have some other elite options here. The Reanimator. He goes around and is a little medic for the guys. He reanimates the dead Necrons. Big model, but actually not that hard to put together. The little tiny puppy dog face right there. Just has that droopy dog type of look. And we have the Thralls. I don't know what they do, but I can actually see these guys being kit bashed into Blanchitsu type dark armies. You put a little human head in there or something. But let's talk about the Necron Warriors. So this is a new sculpt that came out, and we're going to show you both the weapon options here and the fast attack option, the Scarab Swarm. Now, it's supposed to be that these guys are easier to assemble than the old Necron Warriors. I don't know. They're sold out. These guys are fiddly enough to put together. Fortunately, I didn't do it. Aaron on the channel did it for me. I tried one and said, Aaron, you can handle these. But you can see these guys have some battle damage. Got a short range weapon option and a long range weapon option. Good enough government work. So let's talk about, now that you've got these guys, you'll notice that they aren't in any of the existing codexes, rule expansions that are out there. So in your box set, you're going to get this rule book. So this is going to be explaining what you're doing. So the Space Marine Army has gone to some planet, Vertiges 2, and found Necrons have taken over an Imperial world. So it's time to take it back. And so this is actually going to be all the different rules, and you're not going to get standard points, you're going to get power ratings for these guys so that you can pull them out of the box and start playing. An issue I have with that is some of the keywords that they reference on here, they say see codex. So if you don't have the codex, then you're not really playing with those special keyword abilities. Will that affect me? No, but if you're stickler, you just got to go out and spend more money to go buy those codexes. But beyond this being the fluff book, you're going to get the big new Warhammer 40K 9th edition rulebook. And this is the fancy one because you can tell it has no words on the cover, just art. And so what I found is about this part of the book right here is the fluff, the background for new players. This part is the rules for how to play, the 3 ways to play, how to build an army. So it's going to take you some time to go through. The things I'm excited about are the combat patrol. So the 3 ways to play, match play, you can actually now structure smaller armies. So traditionally in other editions we always played 2,000 point armies. This actually has a way for you to play balanced games at 500 points or 25 power ratings. So those smaller type armies. Since I'm a kill team player, once you actually put together all the options for kill team that you can have, you realize you're actually only a couple vehicles away from fielding, the start of an army. Well, combat patrol is actually a way for you to take your fully loaded out, plussed up all your kill team options for Tau or Space Marines and throw a tank on it, and there you're ready to play combat patrol at 25 point power rating. Now with these models right here, I think I counted up and you have, I think 48 point power rating on each side. So that means you can play both combat patrol and you're just a couple points short of playing the next level up, which I forget what it is. But you can go read it, I'm not interested. But you got enough here that you could play that second tier game there. So that's actually pretty handy coming straight out of the box. Now, what I like is their new Crusade option, which is similar to the campaign system they have in Kill Team, of where your force starts out small and you start adding new squads on, new guys, you start requisitioning new equipment so you can grow your force over a campaign. And they do that in Necromunda, they do that in Kill Team, and that's the style of play I like in the long-term campaign play. So that's a real good addition, I think, that they brought over from some of the other games and from Age of Sigmar. So in addition to the book, you're going to get your assembly kit and some artwork. My big complaint is that they don't face the sprue side towards the artwork with the barcode. The part I might actually hang on my wall is the one with the dings and the dents in it. Minor complaint, I never actually hang these up, but I still collect them. I've got a box full of them. So here we are, the end of the episode. This is Miniature Wargaming Labs, $200. It's a definite goodbye.